I told you last week that there were some rumblings among Republicans about the idea of preventing President Obama from giving the of the Union address in 2015. And it was basically laughed off by a lot of people who wrote to me on Twitter and on YouTube and Facebook and email as, David, there's a couple right wingers that might want this, but it's not a serious movement. No Republicans are truly taking this seriously in any significant way. Not so fast. The Washington Post has now reported that Congressman Paul Brown has called for John Boehner not to invite President Obama to deliver the State of the Union address. And according to the show's blog, the New York Times published a quote from a prominent figure in the conservative media pushing the argument. Breitbart News has now run a column that endorses the move. And Politico is noting more unnamed GOP aides and lawmakers who like the idea. In another article published on Wednesday, the Washington Post noted that the idea of disinviting Obama from delivering the State of the Union address is, quote, gaining currency on the right. Think about what it would mean, as Rachel Maddow said, that in 1999, Bill Clinton had been impeached and Republicans did not think of not allowing him to give the State of the Union address. And we now are having signs of a movement from the right to prevent Barack Obama from giving a State of the Union address. No impeachment. Yes, some Republicans think he should be impeached. Of course, those claims are ridiculous. And the growing movement to prevent him from giving the State of the Union address.
It's fascinating. I have a question, though. Even if they successfully, and whatever that means, block him from giving this address, could he do it anyway? Could he just act unilaterally and do it?
I don't know what the rules are. You hear that the Congress invites President Obama, the House invites President Obama to speak to them about the State of the Union, and the president accepts that invitation. It's considered a formality, but of course, Republicans could conceivably not send that invitation. I honestly don't know what it is that would happen, but what's abundantly clear to me is that Republicans are completely out of ideas. They took over the House of Representatives in 2010. They said that they are going to create jobs. That's the priority. Instead, they tried to repeal Obamacare dozens of times. They've stood in the way of just about every jobs bill. President Obama has created hundreds of thousands of jobs every month in spite of a Republican House, not because of it. And now we have to assume that the underlying reality that a black guy named Barack Hussein Obama is just not someone they're going to accept as president. That has to be at least part of what's happening here.
That's a huge part of what's happening here. I think we're going to see 2 more years of this type of nonsense, and they're going to start with more lawsuits and things like this. It's embarrassing, really.